time is 10:12. The Community Development and Housing Committee is now called to order. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Good morning, everyone. As a reminder to all in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Mr. Hauser.
Here.
Mr. Jones.
Here.
Mr. Kelly.
Here.
Mr. Schlepper.
Here.
Ms. Simon. Ms. Simon is absent at the moment. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Clerk, is there public comment?
No public comment has been received.
We're going to take the agenda out of order. We're going to get a presentation from our Office of Violence Prevention.
Good morning, council members. How are you all? Thank you for the opportunity to present to you all the updates of the Office of Violence Prevention over the last 6 months. The focus has been simple: building infrastructure, strengthening partnerships, and support the ecosystem already doing violence prevention work every day. Violence prevention is not one program, it's a coordinated system, and our role is to help align and strengthen that system countywide. And so our first 6 months, we focus on building a foundation, establishing the office structure and priorities, conducting over 100 introductory meetings with stakeholders across sectors, participating in bi-weekly national best practice meetings with the National Office of Violence Prevention, identifying funding opportunities to sustain and expand community-led work. I think it's important to note, like, what we're building here is a long-term infrastructure and not just short-term impact. Strengthening partnerships, partnering with community-based violence prevention organizations already doing the trusted work. Launching a county-wide listen and learn tour with council members to hear directly from our residents, mayors, police chiefs, and safety directors. I want to say thank you to County Councilman Pernell Jones for hosting one, and County Councilman Mark Castleberry as well. Creating a new partnership with the National Basketball Social Justice Coalition. We have 2 interns with the Office of Violence Prevention, Devontae and Andrew, who are doing great work. Their last day is March 13th, and they will do their capstone project talking about what they've learned with the Cavs and the Office of Violence Prevention. Collaborating with hospitals, law enforcement, faith leaders, and grassroots organizations. Prevention works best when government supports, not replace community leadership. Prevention as well created internship opportunities, as I mentioned earlier, but we have a student who's also a survivor of gun violence, Michaela, who will be here until April. She's getting a degree in public health, and she's been a great resource as we just remember what our charge is. How do we eradicate the disease of gun violence in Cuyahoga County? I'm grateful that she is here to offer the perspective of a survivor of gun violence. We launched the Stop the Violence Pledge, which I shared earlier, and anyone from grades 3 and up can take the pledge. It's really empowering everyday residents to just use their voice, to see their space in the violence prevention efforts. 2 weeks ago, we hosted a national training at the Cleveland Foundation with the Roca Impact Institute, and there was 25 organizations there, their leaders, their staff members who were able to identify how to work with young people or all people who are at the highest risk of shooting or being shot. A follow-up to that training is that 6 members from that cohort get an opportunity to travel to Baltimore to see what that work looks like on the ground. And so that was a really great training, and I have resources that I can share with you all if you want to see what the training entailed. Moderated a conversation at the City Club of Cleveland to talk about the Omaha 360 model and how they were able to decrease violence, gun violence, homicides by 50%. That conversation was with Police Chief Hudson from Shaker Heights Police Department, and Willie Barney from Empower 360 from Nebraska. We collected over 100 plus gun locks and 40 gun storage boxes from police departments throughout our county. I want to say thank you to Brandy for putting a call out to police chiefs throughout our county for that donation. And also the Academy of Medicine donated gun storage boxes to the office. We are combining education, safety tools, and community engagement. And from that, we're working with or partnering with the Cuyahoga County Board of Health to create safe firearm training in 12 communities. And during this training, family members from ages 3 and up will be able to figure out how to properly store a firearm and what education tools are needed when young people see a firearm, what they should do with it. And so the Cuyahoga County Board of Health is helping us with that initiative. Some visibility, the office, myself was able to do an opinion article for Cranes Cleveland, talking about the investment in community violence prevention and what that looks like. The office was also able to receive a national award for the establishment of the inaugural office. This week, I will be traveling to New York City to speak at the Northwell Gun Violence Prevention Forum alongside Kevin Clayton of the Cleveland Cavaliers to talk about what violence prevention looks like, not only on the basketball courts, but in our community. We're also partnering with the P-League to host our first annual Office of Violence Prevention Celebrity Basketball Game on March 28th to engage community through positive connections. I know that during COVID in a lot of inner city communities, basketball courts or hoops or nets were removed, and it was the highest rates of violence in communities. And we understand the importance of outside enjoyment and community connection. Just building out the framing statement, I think it's really important to know that building something new takes time. Trust takes time, systems takes time, but violence prevention is happening daily through an ecosystem of partners like outreach workers, residents, public health, and public safety professionals all doing their part while we build, coordinate sustainability. And so what's next for the office is expanding community training opportunities, strengthening data-informed prevention strategies, increasing safe storage, education, and distribution, supporting youth opportunity pathways, and continuing countywide engagement to ensure community is included. The Office of Violence Prevention exists to support what works, align resources, and invest upstream so fewer families experience violence and harm. The work is active, partnerships are growing, and we are building a long-term public safety strategy rooted in prevention. So thank you for the opportunity to present.
Thank you, Administrator Watkins. I don't see any questions, so I just want to thank you for your work. To my colleagues, we will have Maisha start coming to committee and just give us updates. I think it's important that as a council, we're aware of what this office is doing, especially around violence. And so I particularly think housing and creating safe spaces can help ratify violence as a whole. And so with that being said, Clerk, can you call the first item in the roll?
Thank you.
First and foremost, I would like the record to reflect that Ms. Simon is in attendance. Second, we need to approve the minutes from February 2nd.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Minutes are approved.
Okay. Resolution 2026-0063, making awards to various municipalities and agencies in the total amount not to exceed $1,124,500 for various projects or programs in connection with the fiscal year 2026 Community Development Supplemental Grant Program for the period February 1st, 2026 through March 31st, 2027.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kelly Glenn. I'm the administrator for the Housing and...
Ms. Glenn, is your microphone lit? The green button?
Now it is.
And if you could speak a little louder in the microphone, please. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Kelly Glenn. I'm the administrator for the Housing and Community Development Department. We had approximately 42 proposals that were submitted for CDSG. And we have available $1,124,500, and we are happy to say that each district has at least one project this time since I've been here. I've been here for almost 3 years. And we have already started preparing the contract, so all we're basically waiting for is council's approval, and everyone will get their contracts in time this year and not have that delay as we've had in the past. So we are funding 23 projects that include 19 municipalities and 4 nonprofits. Take any questions?
Any questions from my colleagues?
23 awards. How many were not awarded?
Yep, we had about half. Yep, it's about half.
46.
Almost, wait, let me see. I'm doing the math. 19. 19 weren't funded. And that was probably because the proposals weren't incomplete. They didn't provide enough information for us to properly fund them. But generally, what we do, even if that happens, what we do is we still go and talk to them to try to go back and resubmit. I have a meeting with someone today to talk about their proposal and what they could do to strengthen it.
Kelly, has the deadline passed, or can they still improve their proposal?
The deadline's passed, so they'll have to
This is for
come for
future.
the next round, and the next round of funding will probably be like about June or July, around the same time that we do the block grant applications.
Sounds good. And how are we getting the word out to communities? I just asked because University Heights, for example, has a new mayor. Are we reaching out to them specifically and telling them to apply?
In fact, I had a conversation with University Heights about submitting an application. I was on the phone. I can't remember her name, I apologize. But I talked to her about an hour on how she could submit an application, because I told her she probably thinks that she doesn't qualify because of the area. But I said there might be pockets, you could do senior programs, you could do home repairs. There's so many different things that, type of projects that she could do to get funded with block grant money as well as CDSG funds.
Oh, great. Your office have always done great work, so we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Councilwoman?
Couple of questions. So it's Michelle, Mayor Weiss in University Heights, right?
Okay.
So there were 19, first of all, were there any tie scores this time?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, okay. So the 19 that were not awarded, do you know whether those were municipalities or nonprofits or both?
Those were, it was a combination of both.
Can we have a list of those? Not
Okay.
this minute, but you can get it to us,
Okay.
right? So we can
Okay.
take a look at that. The money that we have available, you said was $1 million what? For
mil-
distribution?
$1,124,500.
And that's everything we have in the
That's everything.
fund?
Yes.
So after the distribution and they comply with the application terms, then there'll be nothing in there?
There'll be nothing left.
Nothing left?
But you have to consider that we have people that were awarded last year, and I noticed that some of the people they didn't spend some of their money, so we have some contracts that we were decertifying. So for the next round that's coming up, we may have some extra money
So
available.
can we have a list of who's being decertified as well? Because we awarded those
Last year.
last time, so I want to see who actually did not complete the project. So that money comes back in.
Yeah, it's not that they didn't complete the project, they just didn't need all the
Okay,
money
good.
that was originally given to them.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That's different. I get it. Okay, I think that's it for my questions.
Just had one question through the chair. Thanks so much for being here. You mentioned that there's another period to submit for this in July. Is this
It'll probably be June or July.
June or July? Are these grants once annually, or is this program more of a rolling type of situation?
It's once annually, and they generally will submit a different project each and every time. A lot of times what they do with CDSG, they'll combine it with their CDBG application so that they'll have $200,000 versus just having $50,000 for CDSG.
Remind us again, just when and how this fund is replenished when the funds.
This is the casino funds from council that we administer on behalf of council.
Any additional questions? Seeing none, I'd like to move this item forward to our next council meeting for second reading. Do I have a motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'd like to have my name added, Mr. Chair.
Mine too, Kelly.
I will add mine as well. We're going to add Councilwoman Simon as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Seeing no more items, any miscellaneous? Seeing none, this meeting is adjourned.